said, we've been in the vanguard for a very long time, so we have all of the experiences and the expertise. So I mean, we all the challenges are there, but we are also on top of our games.
The challenges are there. Okay, we'll talk about that later on. But I know we are expected to go through this whole senatorial election. That is come December. There are concerns, Mr. Inspector General, about a non-violence election. And I know your role you play. You are the LMP for the entire country. What are the plans that are there to ensure that your presence are felt on the ground everywhere in our country?
Well, thank you very much. That's a very brilliant question. At present, I think I'm in the studio now, and I'm trying to sensitize the public. So, I mean, also, I visited all the radio station. I visited on the intellectual forum, and we'll continue this engagement till the actual period of campaign, which have started, which will be on Saturday. So, Liberia National Police is prepared. As I'm speaking to you, we have our officers who are undergoing brief training as to the do and done when there is an electionary period. Because during election, we always told our officer, you will be provoked. People will say things against you, but the utmost thing to do and the best thing to do is to always maintain your courageous calm, because in the hours of provocation, according to our training, you should maintain your courageous calm. So we are training our officers to go out there and perform to their best. Well, we have had a lot of elections in the country that were policed by the Liberia National Police, and those elections came out very well. So this is no strange thing for us. We've been doing it, we can do it, we can still do it again. We should be meeting political parties, members, hopefully this week before the campaign ensued. The reason why we have not met them up to now, because NEC promised to have given us the total listing this evening, because we have to have the listing of those candidates, then we can write those candidates to come over, then we all sit and strategize as to how we all together maintain the peace, because the maintenance of peace is within the purview of every Liberian within the confines of his border. And we also going to get the timetable as it relates to the campaigning period, where and who's supposed to be at a certain point in time, because we can show you that when we have that timetable, we deal directly with the timetable to ensure that those parties, the or independent candidate or their members should not interface to have a clash. Because where you have this party meeting and interfacing, definitely there will be provocation, there will be clashes. So what we intend doing, we assign officers to these various candidates, whether independent candidate or from a political party, and these candidates, we have somebody to liaise with these officers. So when there is a movement, they will inform us, then we will cover the area before they get there.
Surely.
So we would like to appeal to all of the candidates in this election, whether from the county or Monserrado County, the various counties rather. We appeal to them to coordinate and cooperate with us, because we want to ensure that the election is violent free. So we know again that the timetable for campaign will be out, and some people, because they are very agile, they will want to go beyond what is stipulated to NEC.
Sure.
So probably NEC own stuff telling that they may have 5 or 6, 7 million rallies, but maybe during the campaign, the base is energized and they decide to go maybe 15, 20, 25 major campaign before the campaign period elapses. That, of course, we have room for that, for any adjustment. The only thing we need from these various parties is to inform us to say, look, today I'm not campaigning.
Surely.
Yeah, but I'm walking down Wallace. I could stop to talk to people.
Okay.
So what we'll do, once you inform us, we'll make sure to cover the Wallace area, just in case if somebody want to provoke you or try to attack you or any of your supporters, then of course the Liberia National Police will be right there to handle any and such situation.
Okay.
So these are some of the plans we have in store for the peaceful conduct of this election.
Very excellent, Mr. Inspector General. Now, there are some candidates who may think that I don't have confidence in the Liberia National Police to give me protection. So are you going to make the meetings with them mandatory? Are you going to make the protection of them mandatory as well?
Well, we believe in a democratic policing, so we don't impose on people.
Okay.
So what's going to happen here is we will call all of these actors to the drawing board. We will give them the option. If you choose not to have a member of the Liberia National Police, you will say it to us, and we'll have that recorded for future reference. And the only thing we'll have to tell you is that you should have a liaison officer to liaise with our team, so as to ensure that when you are moving, just call us to say, look, we are moving this area, and we will be there to give you the maximum security, because we are on an obligation to ensure the peaceful conduct of the election. But where you refuse to accept some security protection for us, and you decide going to campaign on your own, or even informing us, when there's a problem there, we'll hold you responsible.
We'll hold you responsible.
Yes.
Very strong statement. Now, Mr. Baji, are you considering the number of officers you have now? They may not, I'm sure, have now reached the appropriate number that the United Nations earlier set for our LMP. Is that a major concern to you?
Well, it is a concern, and if you I will need more officers, it's a concern. But if you have a small force that is tactical and are very professional, they can move mountains.
Surely. Okay, so with the election, are we going to expect your presence all over the entire 15 political subdivisions of the country?
Yeah. In fact, we intending to augment the strength in the various counties to those counties that we feel do not have the adequate manpower, and I can assure you that we will deploy our riot officers in all of the counties to have to ensure that when there is any riotous or situation, they will put it under control.
Okay. Now, Mr. Naji, there's this perception before you even took over in the previous administration, the administration before the previous, that our police, the Liberia National Police, has been attached to this partisanship. People see the police as a partisan police, and that the police, in the interest of the Liberian people. I know you've been taking some major actions to, change this course of thinking by our people. What were some of the actions you've taken?
Okay, quite recently we have one of our officers from the emergency response unit who went on Facebook and posting a lot of political issues, and we had another officer who wore a political party t-shirt. Those officers were turned over to the professional standard, and the professional standard came up with a decision that they will be suspended for time indefinite. So I can assure you the 2 officers are suspended for time indefinite. If you want to be a politician, put our uniform down and send your resignation. We'll gladly accept it. You cannot be in the rank and file of the Liberia National Police to lean or even affiliate with a with a political party. That is quite and totally unacceptable, and any officer caught in such an act will be dealt with according to the law.
Will be dealt with according to the law. Well, that's the Inspector General, that's the voice of the Inspector General of the Liberian National Police. You are listening to the Bumper Show rated on the OBC 99.9 and other frequencies across Liberia. This program is on your radio. Now, looking at the election still, Mr. Inspector General, and people being concerned about violence and a major gathering as well. I'm sure you're quite aware that we are still in the pandemic. We are not yet of the roots of the pandemic. Are you going to ensure that people going to political gatherings, do ensure that supporters are masked, are wearing their masks and all of that, face masks, to avoid more transmissions of the virus?
Well, like I previously said this morning, we are not all of the roots, and the health protocol is staying to infect. So we are urging all of our citizens to respect the protocol, and we are still preaching no mask, no service. So I mean, campaign period is coming. We will not want to have a campaign. After the campaign, then we start to receive a spark around the various community of COVID. COVID is kind of reduced in our country, but it does not mean it's gone.
Sure.
It can suffer at any time. We had like Korea. We have Korea. The pandemic there was almost zero, but now they spark up again. They got huge cases, and I mean, who knows? Liberia could come out again after the election. I mean, spark could come out from various communities, and we'll get back to square one. So we only urging our people. I think it's me anywhere I go till they live this ban. Anywhere I go, I travel with my mask.
Sure.
Yeah, because we have to live an exemplary life to others to follow.
Sure.
Because if we are not wearing masks around, definitely we are not living up to the expectation of the people. And how can we enforce when we ourselves we are not following the laws?
Okay.
So this is why I travel with my mask at all times, and I show that people in my community, people from my household, they also travel with masks, because you are wearing masks for your own safety and the safety of your friends and relatives. So we urge all of our people during the campaign process, during the campaign period, to please wear their masks to ensure that, apart from the COVID-19, I mean, somebody could have tuberculosis, and in the group during campaign period, it could spread the tuberculosis, and you could come down, it's an airborne disease, and somebody could come down with tuberculosis. So if you wear these masks, it will help you to stop the spread of any contagious disease.
Now, how are you going to enforce it, Mr. RG? I know you spoke about plans to meet the political actors. I'm sure during that meeting you'll be able to tell and ensure that your supporters, your partisans wear the mask, because we'll be there to see, to watch. So if at all that did not happen, as you told the political actors, to ensure that the partisans wear the mask, maybe the police went to the scene to see, what are you going to do?
Well, this is a democratic country, and we are going to live by the tenets of democracy. I think you can see other countries, some people defy the wearing of masks, and I think you've seen the repercussion. I mean, you can watch CNN, other news network. I mean, and they that said I was preaching that they didn't have the luxury of time to talk about masks. They felt that it was nothing good. I mean, they are wearing masks now. So
surely.
if you are a Liberian, and one thing we as Liberians should have in our minds is that COVID-19 does not have a cure.
Surely.
There's no cure. So if you risk yourself and risk your life and you contrast the disease, it depends on your immune system. If your immune system is weak, you are heading for trouble.
Surely.
If your immune system is even strong, you could have aftermath. You could have a serious aftermath of complication, probably lungs disease or lungs infection and all of that. So the best bet is to do what, to ensure that you protect yourself. We all watch CNN, we watch other stations. People who are in denial are right now revolting.
Sure.
So I mean, we are not going to beat anybody. We are not going to talk, and we are not going to arrest people for not wearing masks. But we'll talk to their conscience to ensure that they abide by the health protocol.
Okay, you're listening to the Bumper Show. Mr. RG, Mr. Inspector General, I hear and see that you are very passionate when you're speaking about rape. It's something that you are totally against. how is the police fight in against this menace we're talking about?
Look, first and foremost, I'd like to thank the President of the Republic of Liberia for making rape a national emergency. That is very good. And I can assure you, those guys who are going around raping people, we are not going to take it lightly with you. If we are going for you, we'll treat you like one armed robber. We'll treat you within the ambience of the law, but we'll treat you like an armed robber and bring it. Look, no good man should rape. If you look at the ratio of men and women in this country, you know that the women are more. So why going around raping underage child? I mean, that is crazy. I mean, these guys, they are sick. They need attention, medical attention. Yeah, the medulla is not working correctly. Seriously, why should you molest a baby 6 months, 7 years, 8 years, 5 years, 4 years? I mean, you are crazy. Such a man, when I handle you, I will handle you according to the law. But when you get there, you know that you will handle.
So it means that anyone now suspected of raping or suspected of carrying out rape against our women, that person will be handled like an armed robber.
We will handle you. We will handle you because you have no business raping. And also, I would like to talk to the various parents. I would like to talk to guardians, wards. Look, do not listen to anybody who asks you to compromise rape. Sometimes they come to you, you know, I'm a reputable person in the society, and you know the thing will bring me down. I will give you anything you want. They are only using you. If you are a reputable man, you should allow yourself to live up to the law. You should look at your own conscience. While it was a little child that somebody raped, you will talk, what you are saying, you will not go that direction. You definitely want the law to take it school. So while you rape somebody, then you think about your own personality in the society. Hey, help personality my fault. If anybody involved in rape, the person should be brought to book, no matter who will all fear and favor. Those parents, guardians who will compromise rape. Any parent or guardian that will compromise rape and will get to get the story later on and it is confirmed, I'm coming for you. I am coming for you. Any member of the Liberia National Police that will liaise with any parent or guardian to compromise rape, if it is proven you do not have a job as a policeman, your job will be at the court, from the court to the central prison. Yeah, we are not going to take it from anybody. So there's those officers under the sound of my voice. You should listen and listen well. Anybody caught compromising rape will deal with you according to the Police Act. You know, the 2015 Police Act. You know what I'm talking about. So there's a warning to all of our officers. Anybody come to you, anybody even talk about compromising rape, that person should be booked. The parent, that particular parent should be booked immediately and will prosecute that particular parent.
Okay. Now, Mr. Inspector General, let's look at the aspect of crime rate in our country. Often you wake up in the morning and you hear about this incident happened and that happened. How are you planning, Mr. Inspector General, to ensure that crimes are tackled and tackled the right way?
Look, Liberia, like any other city in the world, crime do occur. When you talk about crime and crime rate, when you look at the advanced country, the crimes that are committed in the advanced country, we have not seen none in this country. If you check out African countries, the crime rate, the crime that are being committed in this country is nothing compared to what is happening here. Although we have a seasonal crime rate, sometimes it spark up, sometimes it goes down.
Okay.
But it doesn't go down by itself. It's because of our timely intervention and effort. This is the reason why you'll find out when crime trying to spark up, we go after it and we ensure that it comes down. For me, I work in the Liberia National Police as an administrator for 14 years, and other than I'm almost 30 years in police. Apart from the 14 years, the rest of those years were in operation. So when it comes to operation, I really know the moral operandis of going after criminals and getting criminals. You may commit a crime and hide, but you cannot hide forever. A lot of people committed crime even from the past regime, and we arrested them this regime. Okay. So once you are on our dragnet, you are on our radar. No matter how long it takes, we will go after you and you will be arrested. I think you can recall the German national were killed in Grand Bassa County. We led Montreal. I led the team. As Inspector General, I led the team. And I collected all of those guys. I mean, we ensured that all of them were arrested and justice is being served. This is what I'm talking about.
Okay.
There was another group that was on their way to rob another company, and we got the tape all. We went there, and I mean, they counter us, and we counter them. The close of the day, I mean, we stopped the threat. We stopped the threat in Grand Gila County. So when it comes to crime in the country, we know crime will do occur. The criminals are very smart, but we also will go after them as the crime unfold.
What's the status of your night patrol? Are you still patrolling all into the streets and
I
into
can
the
tell you,
communities?
if we didn't have night patrol, you wouldn't sleep. If we didn't have night patrol, we are not saying that one or two incidences will not occur. Things will occur, but it will not be at a larger scale.
Yes, sure.
It's because of our night patrol. You find out that people are sleeping in peace. A Kimotan, the LBL community was a very hard zone. Yeah, but I think you are not even receiving complaints in your area like how it used to be, because we step up our game. We make sure we increase the patrol, and that which we have been doing over the period all over, and you will find out that our people are living in sanity.
Mr. IG, initially before you took over, the motorcyclists, they had no-go zones. They were not coming on the main route. They were only to plot on the route in the community and all of that. But we see a difference. We see the motorcyclists now plying the main route. So have you revisited that? No. Orders and you've turned it around and you now allowing motorcyclists to ply the route?
No, what happened here is when the COVID-19 came and lockdown, all of that, we took our attention from a lot of these issues because the COVID-19 was a very, very serious issue. So all of our attention and deployment was geared towards the enforcement of COVID-19. So in that interim, these motorcyclists started to apply to the various areas. So, but what we are doing, we are having a dialogue with them. We do not want to use force. They are our citizens. We're having dialogue with them to ensure that the requisite time will get them off the street. We are not using force. We are talking to them. That is a livelihood, but we are talking to them to see reason to go back. We had the first meeting, the second, the third meeting, and they are understanding us, but at the appropriate time, you see them off the road.
Okay. Yeah. Now, you served in the LMP, like you said, almost 30 years now in the LMP. What are you doing differently, Mr. IG, from that of other predecessors, other IG, other director of police? What are you doing differently?
Well, first and foremost, we are not shielding police improprieties.
Okay.
When a policeman go wrong or when a policeman mistreat our citizen, we go after that police officer and we ensure justice is served. I remember that quite recently there was a case that occurred in Kolahun where some of our citizens were manhandled by some of our officers. As I speak, the investigation is just being concluded. I'm sure before the weekend, the people from Kolahun will hear from us that we have taken a very strong and decisive decision that no other officer will hear what has happened to engage in such unwholesome behavior. We again reduce the act of police brutality against our people. That is something different we are doing. We are not engaging police brutality. The action we are taking on our own officers will tell you that those officers are very careful when it comes to enforcement of the law. We are very, 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 very much tolerant when it comes to people protesting under the law. So when people are protesting, we even at a point in time help them, give them water, give them garden. Sometimes I do march with them and all of that. These are things that we are doing very different from what our previous administration have been doing. And also when it comes to crime, we are on top of our games. We are arresting hardened criminals in this country. No matter what, once a crime is committed, we have you on our radar. We'll go after you and you will be arrested.
Your police community relationship, how is it now?
The community relationship is very good, very, very good. As I stated here now, I received a call from Kafi, who is the head of the police community and police community forum. He's the head. He like calling me RG. We need to be by your side to work with you for this coming or campaign. We need to be with you to ensure that the campaign is violent free. So we are working with all of our stakeholders. It's just that the COVID came and installed a lot of the gains that we made with our people for community policing.
Now, I know all is not rosy, Mr. RG, and I know you won't sit in the studio to say, well, all is rosy with the LMP. I know there are some major concerns and challenges you face as well.
Well, when you talk about challenges, like you said previously, people branding the police as regime police. Look, if the government tenure is over and the government leaves, the next government that will come in, they will always brand them as a regime police.
Surely.
Because once you are being appointed by the government, people will always come up with that nomenclature. But I can tell you that the police is always the police. No matter what, for me, those things are considered as rhetoric. If we are doing things that will portray to the general public that we are leaning or siding with the government, then of course you get right to make those insinuations. When we had June 7 campaign, we have bring our money back, protest, we have the war crime code protest, and so many other protests and executed by somebody, the other political parties. You will find out that we police those protests perfectly to the satisfaction of everybody that took part in those protests. So if we were a kind of regime oriented police, we wouldn't go there to even talk to them, get them or helping him, extend water to them. No, we wouldn't have done that. But I can tell you, I work with Chris Bazukwe, I work with a lot of police directors, Brandon Samuka, Paul Moluba, Dishi, just name them. Look, once the administration over and that administration can, you are regime police. When that other administration goes to come, you are regime police. I can tell you people back in the days work with a lot of other directors. They're working with this director of police today, and they will tell you the same thing. Because what happened here is, if the government tenure is over, a new government comes, the government cannot sack all of these people. These are professionals.
Surely.
You have to maintain them. Then what happened? That particular government now will be seen as, oh, the police is for this government. And when that government goes, the next government comes, the next group of opposition will say, oh, there is a regime. So it's just a vicious cycle. Okay. And I think the people are just saying those things because they want to gain public favor or recognition from other entity or some international group or so. But on the overall, if this police is a regime police, trust me, you will have known. It will be glaring and everybody will see it and talk about it. And when it comes to support, look, the Liberia National Police, since I've been in the police for almost 30 years, I can tell you that Liberia National Police have never had everything to its disposal. Okay. So for us, we are in the business of protecting life and property, and we don't rebel, we don't carry on mutiny, we don't just start government if we don't have it, because we are on our oath to protect this country. And I tell you, you speak to any officer, the job we are doing now is a sacrificial job up to this dispensation. You have, I think Liberia National Police is one of the police in Africa that is least paid. But I mean, we know that we need money. There's nobody who will tell you they don't need money. $100 cannot help any police officer at the end of the month. But hey, that's where we find ourselves. This is what we sign up for. This is what we love. So we have to do it. Look, if you have the passion for the job, and if you don't even have the equipment to work with, you'll find a way to work. And this is what we're doing. We will work with the meager resources we have, because the economic meltdown in this country is not the problem of the president of the Republic of Liberia or the government. It's a national and international story. It's a global thing. Big countries are coming to their knees. What's about baby Liberia? Big countries are coming to their knees. So the economic meltdown is hampering every activity within every sector in the government. So whatsoever the government gave us, we'll work with it. This is what we stand up for. We are passionate of our job. We do not put money first in our job. We put our people first. Liberia first, not money.
Okay, Mr. IG, that's the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police. I'm sure I'll be opening the lines for that to interact with him briefly before he goes. Mr. IG, let me ask you this final one. It has to do with just the recent incident that occurred with two of our citizens working with the LRA. I know you held a press conference just a day or two back. But first, when the news broke up, Mr. IG, how did the police intervene? How did you get into the entire matter to know that, look, we need to go there first to secure the crime scene? What did the police do?
Well, when the police got the information and got on the scene, the crime scene was already contaminated.
Already contaminated?
Yes, because we had people swamped the whole area. In fact, people surrounded the car trying to take pictures. And I mean, the vehicle key was even taken from the initial and was handed to us by somebody else. So yeah, so I mean, people already opened the car, went into the car, and all of that before the police got on the crime scene. So when they got on the crime scene, they drew the police line, and I mean, they have to take all necessary precautions to ensure that we take those people to the hospital first, because we are not doctors to determine or pronounce them or whatsoever. So first and foremost, because of the crime and all that thing, we decided to take the vehicle away with the people in the vehicle. But everybody had a gadget to do Facebook recording. And if they were dead at the time, or if they are dead, we should respect the dignity of the dead. We should respect the family. So we didn't want people to take those images and flood it all on the social media. So we're very careful. This is why we took the body with the vehicle straight at JFK, and when we got there, it was pronounced DOA or upon arrival.
Okay, dead upon arrival.
Dead upon arrival.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's the first thing you do.
Yeah.
You did. Okay.
Yeah, that's the first thing we did. When they secured the scene and make sure we took the people to the hospital when they were pronounced. With the acquiescence of the family, we took the entire we took both of them to the Simose funeral parlor where they are at present. And yesterday, the coroner, the Monserrato coroner, went in conjunction with the family member. They were present, and they did an inquest. And the report is being forwarded to Ministry of Justice. And from the inquest, it will further determine that we need to do a post-mortem examination, which we will call autopsy.
Autopsy.
Yeah.
Wow. So that's the demand of the families, or?
Well, it's not the demand of the family; it's the demand of everybody, because everybody kind of excited and want to know the cause of death.
While we are still waiting for the autopsy, Mr. Inspector General, have you already rounded up few persons to be to question?
Well, we are not arresting people per se, but we are talking to people of interest.
Okay.
Yeah. We are doing everything. We are building the puzzle and to ensure that we want to do a kind of investigation that will be very transparent. We are not in the business of rushing just to grab somebody because we want to prove something to the general public. No, you cannot incriminate somebody like that. So we are very careful, but we are talking to everybody that we think is necessary to talk to, and we're also collecting call logs to know who interacted with who talked to who at a given time, and all of that we are doing.
So it means that the companies, the calling companies, are all cooperating with the LMP.
Well, usually the moral operandi in getting these call log, you have to subpoena the second company through the court. The court to authorize them to turn over that particular call log of that number to the court, and the court sending the candidate attorney, the candidate attorney for it to us. Or if we as police or Liberia National Police Authority go to the GSM company and say, hey, look, I want someone job call log. They trust me, the company will never ever give you the call log.
Okay. So
because that's your privacy.
Okay, so you started the process already, get the call.
Yeah, we started the process already.
Okay. So how many persons have you spoken with now?
Well,
people of interest.
Well, we've spoken to a lot of people of interest. For investigative purposes, I will not want to reveal names or tell you how many persons we have spoken to, because we are very careful with this investigation. But I can show you that we are getting somewhere.
Now, Mr. Aji, this is very, very, it's something that is touching to everybody. Do we have the sophistication? Because the first line of investigation starts with the police, which we all know. Do you have the investigation to really determine something?
Well, look, we have some experts in this country, but you see, our expertise will not really come to the left line because of the sophistication you are talking about. We don't have them, but the little one we have, we are using them. So take for instance, what will happen here if the pathologist come and conduct the post-mortem examination, whatsoever specimen they will have from there, they will have to send it to do a DNA examination. And thank God that the president is bringing in DNA machine that will help to alleviate some of the problem of sending specimen abroad to do a further examination and come back to us. Sometimes it prolongs the investigation period. This is the reason why we're asking all Liberians to be very calm, because post-mortem examination, it does not end immediately after they have done the work on the table. When they complete the work, the pathologist will have to go and put all of cross all of the T's, dot the R's, and all of that. When they finish probably a week or two before they come up with a report and send to you. While that process is going on, they will also try to do DNA, all of that. So sometimes it takes time. So this is the reason why we are appealing to the public not to preempt the decision from this case and stop making false accusation on the internet. I mean, spreading a lot of rumors on the internet. That will not help. It will not help the process. It will not help the investigation. And we don't want, like the family member said to us today in one of our meetings, they said people are coming to them trying to politicize this whole issue, but for them, they will not sit for the demands of their loved one to be or politicized for somebody to gain political point. That they will never condone. So the family is cooperating with us, and everything is on course.
Do you think we're going to reach the point in the investigation where maybe the police would announce a bounty, announce a reward, a monetary reward for somebody with information leading to the deaths of those people?
Well, if the need be it for us to announce, we will do so. But our investigation is being conducted. We have not gone to that stage yet.
Okay.
We are telling you we are investigating, and the investigation is actually on course.
Okay.
But we have not our investigation have not led us in that direction. Yeah, look. I'm not boasting.
Sure.
A lot of things have been in the country. People commit crime. We don't put bounty on them. The Liberia National Police go after them and arrest them.
Okay.
Yeah, we don't put bounty on people. You put bounty on people when you can no longer get them. I can put bounty on somebody when they are under the confines of the territorial boundary of Liberia. When you're in this country, you commit crime, I will get you.
You get the person.
Yeah, it take me how long I will get you.
If the person went into hiding in nuclear town,
I will get you.
Okay,
I will get you.
I see that. Now, Mr. Ajim, the final question: do you sometimes wake up with the burden, that this job carries? Do you sometimes wake up in the morning and say, "I wonder why am I the police, inspector general? Everybody's talking about me."
Look, this work. I would say the work is very tedious. You have sleepless night. I hardly sleep because I have to receive calls. I have to monitor what is happening on the field. And look, I can tell you, many a time I leave my comfort and on the street. Yeah, I'm on the street. I'm making sure that things happen. And when day break, we all come to work quietly. So, I mean, the job comes with its own responsibility.
You well dressed like this, or you dressed in Another phone.
No, when I get on the street, I'm tactically dressed.
Okay, I see that.
I'm
Let's
tactically
yeah,
dressed.
tactically dressed. Let's take a few calls quickly. 0776089713 or better still 0880514096. Our guest here is the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police. Let's take this caller quickly on the line. You know where you calling from? Hello? Okay, you see the call is not ready. You know where you calling from?
This is Jim. Call you from Douglasville Township.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you, Inspector General. I want to ask you, how prepared is the police in terms of logistics for this coming election?
Okay, that's the question you want to know. 0776089713 or better still 0880514096. That's the numbers to call, and you are live on the bumper show as we have the Inspector General of the Liberia National Police right here on the shoulder. Let me know where you're calling from.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
Okay, this is Steven Zon. I come from Sudue.
Okay, let's hear from you quickly.
I want to say hats off to the IG studio.
Thank you very much.
The last time on the same bumper show, the security aspect of Sika, you said something that is still playing on my mind. That is to say, he said when you were giving credit to security, he gave credit to the defense ministry, which is the military. And then he conditionally said something pertaining to the police. That is to say, the police need to go and retrain. Because the very police that we are depending on, you find them doing the same thing that they're supposed to be, and going against. That is to say, they are in the ghetto smoking with people, they are in the ghetto drinking the same liquor, kidnapping with criminals. What are you doing about it, Mr. Archie? Thank you.
Okay, many thanks. The IG will respond to that. Let me take this call quickly on the line. Your name and where you calling from?
Someone, good evening.
Yes, sir.
This is Pascal Davis. I join you this evening for District 6 in Montserrat. Well, let me firstly appreciate the Inspector General. You know, Sobo, in the section by the Inspector General, it actually so dear to my heart because this one perfection that you really need to be committed, especially in a country like Liberia, where when people gather to protest, even if it's for the wrong reason, they use invested some police officers. I was there to tell me, and if you were there to see the kind of ways police officers were personally being attacked, investors were being used out there, in the midst of all of that, the police were prepared to give what sort of protection. Have you seen that ever in the country? Even in one dispensation, have you seen that? It was honoring the mandate of the sort of General Party Sudue that those things happen today, but the session has begun all of the day. In the midst of that, the police still maintain professionalism. So I can say to you, whether you've been for government and police, whether police of the government and all kinds of entities to be distracted to you, you need to remain focused because there's a country where even when you tend to do the right thing, you need to be distracted. And this is why the Nigerians are good at. So I want to say to the Inspector General, we are following your working closely. Your level of the police it has could be different, and we will give you our support as a member of National Response Team. We can say to you, you're one of the best public servants, and we'll forever remember you for that. Thank you this evening for the putting opportunity.
Many thanks also. Let's take this call on the line. Your name and where you calling from? Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Yes, go right ahead.
Yeah, let me say bravo to the police inspector of police for the status where we are carrying on all the years. I'm very sure that the store person will be peaceful. For accuracy, I would say bravo to him being full. Thank you very much.
Okay, many thanks. Let's take this off from the line. Your name and where you calling from?
Thank you. This is George M. And I do join from my time from later this afternoon.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say to the RG to please help us so that at least help us situation because what is happening, people are passing all around me, oh, they say nothing will happen in fact. This one place, but nothing happening, but we beg you, we have to believe that you people are doing something. Please help us so that at least
many thanks. Let's take this caller on the line. You know where you calling from? Okay, we missed the caller 0776. This caller is on the line. You know where you calling from?
Living.
Okay, yes, sir.
Living for the most powerful big brother, the IG, and the problem of America. And this is Ojoko, Obochua, Ojoko. So, I'm very much impressed on the good work by the IG. And this is the IG ever. This is the history of our country. We are seeing who continue to play in any role. No matter whether you are appointed by the president, it always goes by the law. And which is good. Because if you demonstrate the loss of state strategy and nationalism, you stand to maintain it. Because you don't believe whether you come from a ruling party, whether you come from the opposition. No. The law is the law, and this is how it is. And all of us as Nigerians, this peace is very important as we are about to go to election. We need to maintain our peace. Why is it true? The police have a major role to play. You yourself have certain you have a major role to play, and we all need to work together to maintain the peace. And there's not taking that as you talk about. Don't rape. The rape issue is very simple. Because can we tell on every responsible man who continues to rape our sisters and run here, they need to stop to that. And the IG is saying it very seriously. And the justice has been to be taken.
Okay.
That any police officer working the process of compromising this process, you have to be treated as according to the law.
Okay. Many thanks to make the point already. Let's take this other caller on the line. You know where you calling from? Okay, sir.
Before the Corona change of it, the talk to the crime record, the Corona, and then we are there, the Christian is thinking of it around here, and the two Christian, because of the decision that we are very difficult. They have gone on that, men are going to see that on that thing. We need to social center now, actually, when I go to this issue, actually, I'm very admired that it's very fair, like, counsel to the issue, with the issue, is not to you the way that you said. If you are angry, you say, I'm not appreciating that. I said, the person for and the Congo, actually, that's what happened.
Many thanks. We take off. I'm sure Sudue course and wrap it up. 0776 089 713. Let me know where you calling from. Okay, we lost this one with Mr. Caller. 0776 089 713. Or better still, 0880 Your name and where you calling from?
Okay, I'm Elijah. I'm calling from Mr. Ford.
Okay.
Okay, I want to thank your studio guys, but I want to register concerning when you are saying people calling them government collaborative police. You know, there are a lot of instances that police will report in a situation that people will not call you on such a name. Now, look at 2, 3 issues that have been going on in this country. The police been standing by and they're happening. Then what happening was those campaign trade the down there campaign where just Koji and the group marched onto opposition and police stood right there without taking action. When US dollar car was blocked, police were right there without taking action. When more of these cars were marched at the National Election Commission headquarters, police were right there without taking action. But when something happened, government sent police there and police take action and they're not supposed to take against citizens. Then you allow the people not to call you money. So it's true that police, these police are government collaborators.
Okay. You made a point already. Let's take it on the line quickly. I'm sure that's the last one. You know where you calling from? Let's hear from you.
I want to mention to the Honorable IG Studio Police General. You have done a senior work in protecting crime and ensuring safety and security measures with people in Liberia. One thing I want to you to everyone recommend it. Put it on Liberia.
thanks, many thanks. This last one, let's squeeze this one in. We lost, we missed that caller quickly. Let's go back to the Inspector General to respond to some of the concerns, and then we'll wrap it up with him.
Well, the first question was how prepared are we when it comes to the election? Well, I would tell you we are very much prepared. This is not our first election because look, you worry about a group of people, how they will deliver, how they will perform when you have not heard them or see them performing. Well, we are being tested. We are being violated. I think you can hear the many calls. Our evaluation, it depends who's speaking. It will be good, it will be bad, it will be in between, it will be to the sky, it will be to the ground. So, I mean, we are being tested and evaluated, and I know Liberian will come out to say, look, the Liberia National Police have done it and we can still do it. One of the most controversial elections of our time was 2017 election, and the Liberia National Police stayed the course of time and everything went peaceful. So I can show them that things will go peaceful. As it relates to the logistical support, we have all support and we make sure that the police will be on top of its game. Or SICA, where I was not opportune to have listened to what the man from SICA said in totality. But I will tell you, if you try to grade the police and the armed forces of Liberia today, the armed forces of Liberia will carry a very high mark. You know the reason why? They are on base. The armed forces is not interacting with citizens. We are interacting with citizens every day. So if probably your relative went wrong, he or she were arrested, and you feel within your mind that that person was wrong. I mean, the person is not wrong, they are right.
You grade the police
definitely when somebody asks you, you grade the police bad. So I mean, those grading and thing for me, people grading the police bad. I love to hear it when people criticize me. I don't get annoyed. You know the reason why? It builds my strength, because from criticizing, I usually go by the drawing board and say, what can I do better that tomorrow when I come back on Sober George show that people will heal me?
Surely.
Yes. So I mean, I love to be criticized because it helped me to build and prepare for the future.
Okay.
Now, somebody made a comment and say the praise of something good come out of the investigation. I can assure the general public, let us remain calm, let us remain resolute. This identical case will be solved. As Inspector General of Police, I am telling you, this case will be solved. It just, look, investigation is not an event. It's a process. But I'm telling you, this case will be solved. Someone spoke about some parts of election violence from District 13, District 15, and at the NEC. This is the reason why we are in studio today to talk to the conscience of all parties, independent candidates, Liberian, to desist from these ugly acts. Now you say, oh, the police, they didn't do nothing. Had they not been the police to go in looking down the curb, that whole thing, it would have been a serious bloodbath. But he forgetting to even mention that in that case, we retrieved the laptop and we sent 4 persons to court. Yeah. The case in District 13, the investigation did not go on because those who are involved were not coming forth after we have rated them. But right now, Manakura came to the Liberia National Police and we are proceeding with the investigation. The aspect of NEC, both parties were throwing stones, were able to arrest people. We arrest vehicles filled with rocks. So he talked about NEC, somebody called, a car got damaged. Both parties were chunking. And we arrested people from both parties, and we arrested vehicle filled with rocks, and the vehicle was parked at the basement, and the vehicle was from the same Mo Ali group that he spoke about. The same group, opposition vehicle. At the end of the day, they were able to reconcile and all of that, and everything went as it should go. Look, we are telling you all, no matter what kind of government come to power? Once people are not satisfied, then the things don't go the way they go, they burn people. But I can assure you, if the Liberia National Police was a partisan police, I'm one of the most core police, and I'm one of the most core government officials in this government to the Senate. If you check the record, they call me to that Senate almost every month. Almost 2-3 times in a month. So if I was doing things that is not in line with my profession, I don't think the legislatures will sit, that body will sit and supposedly fold their hand to say, well, let him go on. I will be called to answer questions.
Almost every day.
Almost every day, I will be called. So I'm telling you, people, I mean, these are perceptions, and we, to the president who said, we act in a way and manner as regime police. I mean, we are not vexed about that, but I can tell you, when you have your problem, call the Liberia National Police and see, test all to see whether we're not helping you or we're not helping people because they are from party S or party Z. We are on our oath to serve the Liberian people, not to serve a government. We are attached to the government, but responsible to maintain law and order in this country. And this is what we will do.
Mr. Inspector General, do you have any party comments? So we take leave of you.
Okay, my party comment would be the maintenance of peace within our border is the shared responsibility of all of our citizens, our friends, our well-wishers, our government, political parties, political institutions, civil society, even the media. We all have a shared role to play. Any party that will engage in violence, that particular party or particular institution, they do not have a focus. Because if you don't have focus, you revert to violence.
Sure.
Because it's like the guy who goes to school every Friday, he wants something to happen in the school, to go home and parent ask him, why you came home? No good school. Why you call no good school? They will tell you no good school. But that child do not want to go to school, and they're looking for just little thing to hook on, to go home, to say, oh, no good school. This is the same thing that we're talking about. People are liaising with these parties, and they just want something to spark up for them to go and start destruction and start doing all kinds of things outside the way. Sometimes it's not the intent of the political party to do that, but you'll find out that other people who are troublemakers on the wayside, they will join your rank to cause more problems, then they make it to look very bad. So we are urging all Liberians, this is the only country we have. We don't have nowhere to run. Why should we hide one another? Why should we go against one another bitterly? Like I said, we should use the intellectual forum approach. You go to the intellectual center, you see the guy will engage one another to the letter. You will even see pointing fingers, but at the end of the day, they smile, they walk out, they agree to disagree. Sure. This is the approach I want to take during this election. We can argue, we can say anything about our candidate, your candidate, this person candidate, his candidate, her candidate. At the end of the day, we should all what? Go home peacefully. Where you have the power to stone somebody, to beat them, is at the ballot box. Go there and cast your vote against the person you dislike. Go there and cast your vote against the person you like. When you do that, then you will get proudly stand and say, yes, I have exercised my constitutional franchise. I'm happy that I was able to vote this person or vote this person in. I thank you all.
Mr. Inspector General, thank you very much for taking time off your busy schedule to appear on the bumper show. We hope to host you again, maybe another time. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, that does it.